I wanted to make this video as a quick update to the photo zine charity sales thing that I did earlier on this year, where I was selling a second edition of my 2019 zine in a bigger format that I think just looks a bit better, and also my 2020 zine. These I'm trying to do yearly. Whether I sell them or not, I think it's good just to maybe make them for myself, I think, and sort of recap the photos, kind of like a journal of my favourite photos of the year, and a sort of, I guess, kind of a documentation of my own progress over the years. Because my dog Monster died at the end of 2020, I decided that I would take all of the profits from either of these being sold and send them to the rescue that we got him from, which was City of Elderly Love, based in Philadelphia. We had fostered 3 dogs through City of Elderly Love, and Monster was the third one that we got, and one of his adoptions was almost finalised, and it fell through at the last minute. And after that, we realised that we didn't want to let Monster go, so we decided to adopt him. And as silly as it sounds, I believe that Monster helped me to become a better photographer, because I started to carry my camera every single day, and I had to take him a walk at least twice a day, whether I liked it or not, whether he liked it or not, sometimes if the weather was bad. And so I just took my camera with me and took pictures on our walk and around the neighbourhood. And over time, that built up into some photos that I liked. Maybe not as much as my street photography stuff, but photos that I liked, and they were fewer and further between, but every time I got one that I liked, it made it more worth carrying the camera for that longer period of time. And so inside this book, there's a bunch of grey pages. See the sort of grey background here? And these are pictures that I took on walks with Monster. Even one of my favourites here, this one, was also featured in F8 magazine, with Gareth Danks and Dan Goody, I think, is the other guy that runs that. And they featured that photo in their magazine, and it's one of my favourite photos to date still. And one of the sort of earlier photos that I took with the X100V as well. And even this one, which is still one of my favourite street photos. This was while walking Monster. Saw this guy quite often, but this one day there was good light and some wind, and his flag blew up, and I really like that picture. So anyways, after selling these for a few months, I got to the point where there was $340 coming into my PayPal account, and I knew there was a couple more books sold, so I rounded it up to 400. That way I was adding in some of my own money as well, and I donated it to City of Elderly Love on July 8th, and I'll put up on the screen the email there that they send. They include a picture that's not of Monster, clearly it's of a tiny little dog with one eye, and if you click on the link to their website, you'll see that Monster is featured on their website, which is nice. I don't remember exactly when that picture was taken. I could probably find it if I look back through my catalogue or something, but I feel like it was at the start of 2019. Sometime in the winter when it was snowing. One regret that I do have from the 2020 book is that I didn't print off all my pictures to like move around and sequence and try and do that. I did it all digitally, and that was basically down to budget. I was broke during 2020 because 2020. It would have been nice if I'd done that and maybe sequenced the zine a little bit better. And so this year, I've got a head start, and I've been printing lots of photos. I've got this gigantic pile here. I say it's not that big. I've got a pile of about 300 pictures maybe, and I've been collecting some of my favourites throughout the year, some of which have never showed up in vlogs or anything, or maybe the GoPro wasn't running and I managed to get pictures I like, so I've been saving those either for the zine this year and or for like future print things that I may or may not do. We'll see. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to save prints for the rest of this year, and then see if I can put them together in a nicer format. One thing I did like was the big. I should have scripted this video because this is going to run long. One thing I really liked from this was the pages with. Just get to one. The pages that were printed really big like that. if I could manage to split it across two and not lose too much information in the seam there. I know it's like less pictures overall, but like they're bigger and I think they look better printed, and especially since like my photography changed to this more slightly complex style, using a wider lens in 2020 and has continued to now. I just think that this bigger size just does better than, which I won't be able to find, than the smaller size, which is also fine. So I think maybe I'll print next year's one with big images and maybe a few pages with small images, but you know, that's if they go really well together, or they're two images from the same event maybe that don't clash with each other too much. But I do really like seeing them printed big, so I might just stick with that. So if you did order a book, I want to say thank you very much. It means the absolute world to me. Munster meant the world to me, and buying the book and supporting the work that City of Elderly Love does, just, it means a lot to me. And you know, if you didn't want to buy the book but you did want to donate, you can go to City of Elderly Love website and you can still donate there. Or if you're in Philly and you want to adopt or foster dogs, they're a really good place to go. They foster older dogs that are 5 years or over, especially if you've got experience with animals and you know how to take care of older animals who might have some health problems. They don't all have that. Munster was pretty healthy. But if you do have experience or the willingness to take care of a dog with some more challenges, that's probably the best word for it, then they're a great place to go. And I want to also give a sort of channel update. I know that I've not been posting recently. I've been taking sort of a break. Maybe I was slightly burnt out, but I was also coming up on busy wedding season, as well as a lot of travel that I had to do, overnight stays and things like that. And there's still overnight stays coming up until even the beginning of October. And I'm trying to also get out and shoot when I can and create videos, so I'm still banking those potential Street Notes episodes. I'm just not sitting down to edit them. So going forward, that will be coming back. I don't exactly know when. If with any luck, the week after I post this video, that would be nice. But we will see. No promises. But I'm gonna, when I do start posting again, I'm gonna try and start again when I'm at a point where I can dedicate the time to doing it. I would also love to try some more cameras. I need to do a longer term review of the GR. I need to do a bit of a review of the Leica M262. I would like to get a hold of an XE4 to try out and review, and I would also really like to get a hold of a GR3X. That camera sounds particularly interesting to me. I know I'm more of a 35 guy, but I feel like I could do 40. I do occasionally crop the 35 just a touch. Anyways, I need to figure out how I can get a hold of one or all of those cameras to check out. And I don't know what else to say. I'm going to finish this and I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to think of other things that I wanted to say. I don't know if I didn't write anything down. I should have wrote stuff down. This is what happens when I don't write things down. We end up here for much longer than we need to be. And only the people who are used to my rambling will still be here at this point in the video. Should I do another Q&A or something like that? If you have any Q&A type questions, stick them in the comments, and maybe I'll just reply back to you, or maybe if I get several or enough of them, I will make another Q&A video. I haven't done one of those for a few months, I don't think. But alright, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for buying the book. They're now not on sale anymore. I took them off. So if you did buy it, you have one of about 30 of the 2020 books and 10 or so of the 29, less than that. It was probably less than 40 in total that I sold. So yeah, you have a relatively rare zine of my work. So if I ever become a famous photographer, which let's face it is not that likely, you will have a super rare early work zine of me while I was still developing. Alright, thanks very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're here, you definitely are, probably. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.